Hey everybody, welcome back to BigRedEDC. Got another knife review for you today. Today we're going to be talking about the Civivi Wyvern. Although there's been a few of these reviews out, my good buddy Gerald over at Outpost 76 has been doing some testing. We'll talk about that a little bit later on. But let's take a look at this knife. Now, this was provided by Civivi to the Pass Around group, so we greatly appreciate them doing that for us. But as you can see here, this Wyvern has an OD green dragon scale-like texture. G10. It's got a G10 backspacer. You do have some, and it's going to be hard to see because of that backspacer, but there is some skeletonization going on in there for weight reduction. Do have the titanium pocket clip, gives you right hand tip up carry. The Wyvern has a 4.5 inch handle length on it. Manual flipper. You got steel ball bearing in the pivot, and it is a liner lock. You see there, you've got a 3.5 inch D2 drop point blade. Satin finish. 3 1/8 inch cutting edge. That's the one thing I do like about Civivi's blades. No billboarding. I really like the good clean blade on it. 8 inch fully open length. Made in China, of course, by We Knives. Let's get some measurements. Alright, I'm going to start out in grams. 84 grams or 3 ounces. So it is a fairly lightweight knife. Carries pretty nice in pocket for sure. Overall width, let's see here. Looking at about 0.45 there. If we want to go full on, we're looking at about 0.61. And at its widest point, we're probably looking at right about there. Its widest point in the pocket is going to be 1.21. So just under 1.25 inches. Does carry very nice in pocket. Like I said, lightweight, fairly slender in pocket. Had a decent pocket profile. Not too bad at all. My overall take on the knife. There we go. I mean, really? I mean, it's a pretty solid knife overall. Probably, and this could be due because it's a pass around and it hasn't, but it's probably the most sluggish Civivi I've had as far as closing. It takes, opens terrific, but on the close, and I mean, it's a pretty small blade, takes a little bit more effort on the close. But overall, not too bad. Pretty good detan on it. Good solid lockup. No play. We're locking up at about oh, I'm going to say 35 to 40%. Feels pretty good in hand. Good gripability, really. I mean, I get a good grip on it. No, we don't have a whole lot left over. So those larger hands might be coming off. I mean, there's a little left. So we got a little room to play with. I can feel the clip. It's on the verge of causing a hot spot in my hand. It doesn't, but I can feel it more than I would want to, I guess I could say. But it's not uncomfortable. Now I know there's been a lot of talk about the scales, the texturing on the G10. And I mean, it's got decent gripability. Some people have found it a little, what I interpreted as a little annoying in hand. I don't find it's not causing any discomfort or annoyance in my hand. Got the ramp with the jimping back there, done very well. Got a choil here, not very deep, but decent size. So you can definitely use the finger choil. Personally, I would stay back on it myself while I was using it, because you don't really have any protection from the blade. So I would stay back on the choil as much as possible. But just something to think about, because you really don't have any protection from the blade there. The only thing about the Wyvern I think it has to do with the scaling and the weight, is it does kind of have a little bit of a cheap feel to it. And I'm not saying it is, but it kind of has that feel, because it's a fairly lightweight knife, 3 ounces, that's not much. And with that scale, I don't know. Overall, I think it's a pretty decent knife. Of all the knives, unfortunately, the Shard was the one that I liked probably. Well, no. The Nausea was the one I liked the least. Not saying it was a bad knife. It was getting too wide for my hand. The Shard, out of the last, it was red. That was cool. But it had those nasty gold liners on it. Eesh. That's kind of the other thing I do like about the Wyvern, is you don't have those, the blue or the gold. Some of the combinations look good. The gold's a little tired to me. I'm not all about those gold liners. So that is definitely a plus with the Wyvern, is you don't have those colored liners. That's the word I was looking for. I know some people like them, and that's fine. I like some of the combinations as well. Just that gold was just, but you don't have them here, and that's a plus to me. Overall, I think it's a pretty decent knife. Blue thought it was okay. He gave it an 8.5. And they retail for right around $50. So, not too bad, I guess. The one thing I was going to talk about, my buddy Gerald over at Outpost 76 has done some pretty extensive testing with Civivi's D2. The Wyvern, in particular, he did a lot of testing on. So, if you want to check out the results of his testing, go out and go take a look at Outpost 76. Not as impressive as some of the other D2s out there, from what I gather from what he's put together, but he's got a lot of great information on it. So if you're thinking about it, definitely head over to his channel and check out his testing on the Wyvern. there you go, guys. That has been my review of the Civivi Wyvern. Don't forget, giving it Saturday Knife Live another shot again tonight, 10 p.m. Pacific. Didn't work out so well last week, but hey, I'm just going to keep going with it. It's going to work or it's not. I do have a banquet to go to this afternoon, so should be home in plenty of time for that. But until next time, guys, thank you all very much for watching. I greatly appreciate it. Thanks again to Civivi for loaning us this knife. Remember, guys, like, subscribe, leave me a comment. I love talking to y'all, and I'll talk to y'all later. Bye-bye.